Sofía vs. Leonor, who will become the future Queen of Spain. Hook. A crown that is not yet won. One day, the crown of Spain will rest on the head of a young woman who has grown up under the weight of history, expectation, and relentless public scrutiny. The question is not whether Spain will one day have a queen again, but which sister will wear the crown. Princess Leonor, the solemn heir apparent, has been raised as the future face of the Spanish monarchy from the moment she was born. Infanta Sofía, her younger sister, stands quietly in the shadows, yet shadows, as history reminds us, often hide the most unexpected contenders. As Spain watches these two royal sisters mature, whispers grow louder. Is Leonor's destiny truly sealed? Could Sofía, the overlooked sister, ever rise beyond her assigned role? And what would it take for Spain's future queen to be someone no one originally expected? This is not just a story about succession. It is a story about power, personality, history, law, public opinion, and the fragile balance that holds modern monarchies together. Chapter 1. Two Sisters, One Throne. At first glance, the line of succession seems crystal clear. Princess Leonor de Borbón y Ortiz was born on October 31, 2005, as the first child of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia. From her first breath, she was destined to be queen, Spain's future monarch, the embodiment of continuity after decades of political upheaval and royal scandal. Infanta Sofía, born on April 29, 2007, arrived less than 2 years later. Her role, as defined by tradition, was simple: support her sister, strengthen the institution, and live a life of royal duty without the burden of the crown. Yet history is rarely obedient to simplicity. Throughout Europe's royal past, younger siblings have unexpectedly inherited thrones due to abdications, crises, scandals, reforms, or personal choice. Spain itself knows this lesson well. And so, beneath the surface of official protocol, a quieter question simmers. Is birth order enough to decide a future monarch in the 21st century? Chapter 2. The Legal Reality, Why Leonor is the Heir. Spain operates under a constitutional monarchy governed by the 1978 Constitution. According to its provisions, succession follows male preference primogeniture, a system that prioritizes sons over daughters, but among daughters, the eldest child inherits first. Because King Felipe VI has no sons, Leonor stands as the Princess of Asturias, the official heir to the throne. For Sofía to become queen, one of the following would have to occur. Leonor abdicates voluntarily. Leonor is deemed unable or unwilling to reign. A constitutional or political crisis alters the line of succession. The monarchy itself undergoes reform or abolition, then reinstatement. None of these scenarios are likely, yet none are impossible. History does not bend to certainty. It bends to circumstance. Chapter 3. Princess Leonor, the Queen in Waiting. Leonor has been prepared for her role with almost surgical precision. Education and discipline. From a young age, her upbringing has mirrored that of a monarch in training. Trilingual fluency, Spanish, English, Catalan, later French. Military training across Spain's armed forces. Education at UWC Atlantic College in Wales, a school known for producing global leaders. Carefully curated public appearances emphasizing responsibility, dignity, and restraint. Leonor's speeches, particularly her Princess of Asturias Awards addresses, have revealed a young woman of composure, intellectual seriousness, and emotional control. Public image. She is often described as reserved, thoughtful, formal, deeply aware of her symbolic role. Critics call her distant. Supporters call her regal. But what is undeniable is this: Leonor has been shaped by duty, not choice. Chapter 4. Infanta Sofía, the sister without a script. Sofía's story is fundamentally different. She was not born with a crown hovering above her cradle. Her upbringing, though privileged, has been notably more flexible and emotionally open. Personality and presence. Observers often describe Sofía as more expressive, less rigid, naturally warm and spontaneous, comfortable engaging with peers and the public. Where Leonor embodies formality, Sofía radiates relatability. This distinction matters more than it seems. In modern monarchies, public affection can be just as powerful as legal legitimacy. Chapter 5. The Spare, a dangerous and powerful role. Royal history is littered with the emotional wreckage of the Spare. From Prince Harry in the United Kingdom to historical figures across Europe, the second-born often lives a paradox, immense privilege paired with deep uncertainty. But Sophia's parents appear determined to avoid that fate. She has not been burdened with excessive expectations nor pushed aggressively into the spotlight. Instead, she has been allowed to develop an identity that is not entirely defined by comparison. Ironically, this freedom could make her more adaptable, and therefore more resilient, than her elder sister. Chapter 6. Public Opinion, the Invisible Kingmaker. In theory, Spain's monarchy is governed by law. In reality, it survives by public consent. Spain is a country with strong republican sentiments, especially among younger generations. The monarchy's legitimacy was deeply shaken by scandals involving King Juan Carlos I, and Felipe VI has spent years trying to restore trust. In this fragile environment, the future queen must not only inherit a throne, but justify its existence. Here lies Sofia's quiet advantage. If Spain ever faced a moment where the monarchy's survival depended on emotional connection rather than constitutional rigidity, a figure like Sofia, more approachable, less formal, could become unexpectedly appealing. Chapter 7. Could Leonor walk away? It is the question many hesitate to ask aloud. Leonor did not choose this destiny. It was chosen for her. Modern royal history has shown that abdication is no longer unthinkable. Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands, King Juan Carlos of Spain, and others stepped aside in favor of personal or institutional reasons. If Leonor one day decides that the burden is too heavy, emotionally, politically, or personally, the crown would pass to Sofia. Such a moment would not be a failure. It would be a transformation. Chapter 8. A Tale of Two Queens, what each represents. Leonor represents stability, tradition, institutional continuity, predictability, constitutional order. Sofia represents renewal, emotional intelligence, modern relatability, flexibility, evolution. Spain may one day be forced to choose between these values, not formally, but emotionally. Chapter 9. The monarchy's greatest fear. The greatest threat to the Spanish monarchy is not Sofia replacing Leonor. It is irrelevance. If the monarchy fails to evolve with Spanish society, no sister, no matter how prepared, will save it. In that sense, both sisters are not rivals but safeguards. Together, they represent a spectrum of leadership styles that could adapt to Spain's future. Chapter 10. So, who will become the queen? Legally, institutionally, and overwhelmingly likely, Princess Leonor. But history is not written in straight lines. If the 21st century teaches us anything, it is that legitimacy now comes from trust, connection, and adaptability, not birth alone. Sofia may never wear the crown. Yet her presence ensures that Spain's monarchy has an alternative future, one shaped by humanity rather than hierarchy. And that, perhaps, is her greatest power. Final reflection. A crown balanced between sisters. Spain does not merely have one future queen. It has two futures, embodied in two sisters raised side by side. One groomed for the throne, the other free to redefine it. Whether Leonor reigns for decades or Sofia unexpectedly rises, the story unfolding before us is not a rivalry, but a mirror of Spain itself. Torn between tradition and transformation, stability and change. The crown will choose its bearer. But the people will choose its meaning.